Well, good morning and welcome back to the Billionaire Farm. In the last episode, we got our fields all seeded and ready to start growing. Well, it's now July and one of them fields is ready and another is almost ready. Now, the first thing we got to take care of is a large hay field. That's right, we got to get that thing cut, tedded, and baled. That way we can get to feeding our cattle hay from our own property. And to do that, we're going to head on over to the farm and I will show you some new toys that I picked up while you were away. So let's just head right on over to the hay barn and I'll show you what we got. Now we had to have some hay equipment. So, we got us a few things. Got a massive windrower. Also got a cutter for the front and the rear of our tractor. Tedder hiding in the back. And a nice big round baler. One of these days we're going to have to fix up that old Mustang before it completely rots away. We also got us this nice big hay bale accumulator. This will make it a lot faster and easier than trying to pick it all up with that front end loader on our nice little 6R here. I think this should be enough equipment to get us started. It's a pretty big field, but this should do the trick. So let's go ahead and get hooked up. Well, first off, let's get rid of this front loader. Then we'll get hooked up to our cutters. Alright, now we got our cutters all hooked up onto the tractor. Let's take a look at our field. It is ready to go. It is in its last growth stage. Should be growth stage 4 of 4. It is ready. So let's get to cutting. Go ahead and get my steering assist dialed in right now to make life a lot easier on us. I like to do 2 headlands. Gives you plenty of wiggle room at the end of each row when you're going back and forth. Just a personal preference. And for some reason it didn't take. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to knock out these headlands and then I will probably hire it on a worker somewhere along the way. That way I can get a tedder going on this field. Speaking of that, I think we need another tractor for our hay setup. So I will probably pick up another tractor and before too long. I think it would make life better for us. You can see it's a nice, massive grass field. I think it's going to give us a lot of hay. So I went ahead and picked up us another tractor to keep over here in the hay barn. It's a John Deere 5M, 115 horsepower. Ought to be enough to pull the tedder and the windrower. That way we can keep 2 tractors running at the same time. It's a nice little tractor to have around, and I think it's going to do us quite well. And I went ahead and hired one of our workers up, finished cutting on our hay field, grass field, whatever we want to call it. I've got the tedder hooked up on our new 5M. So I'm going to go ahead and start tedding. Let's get this grass turned into hay. What do you say? And that was a lot cornier than it sounded in my head. Anyway, we got us a nice wide tedder. We will turn on our steering assist. Make life easier. We paid for it. Why not use it? I'm going to get this all tedded up. And I will catch y'all when it's time for the next step. And just like that, the cutting and tedding is done. It is now hay laying in the fields. So we need to hook up to our massive windrow, especially for this tractor, but I think it'll do alright. Well, let's get hooked up to this windrower and get all that hay put in some neat piles, rows, something like that. So we can hook up. Well, we're already hooked up. So we can grab our tractor with the baler and get to baling. Like always, I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to say one headland with this setup. And then hire on a worker and let them go to town. So I will get this set up and see y'all back when it is time to start making them bales. Alright, I had a worker going to town on these windrows. I was fixing to start baling, and well, I guess we needed some extra weight on this thing, because well, the front end lifted and the worker just full sent it, thought he'd ride it out. But I ran back, got a weight on the front, and we're going to hire this back on. They should be good to go. Let's just check them, make sure. I don't understand. Every time I turn this game off and pick it back up, the workers want to switch directions on this field. It makes no sense at all. Nope, you're fired. Good help is hard to find. I mean, it's showing they should be going that way. Two headlands. I've already worked the headlands. Maybe that was my bad. Hold on. Yeah. Maybe that was my bad. I didn't turn off the headlands, and the headlands are already done. Let's get him back down here and try this again. I guess I should give him a little more credit. That was my bad. My bad. But you didn't have to make a mess of things like that. Alright. He's going. We got enough. We can go hop on our baler. For that, we're going to hop in the 6R with our new round baler on the back. I figure this right here is as good a place as any. Start. Lower the pickup, turn on the baler, and get going. I've not used this baler before. It's brand spanking new. And auto drop's already on. Alright, don't run me over, guy. That bell's gonna be a problem right there, huh? Maybe not. Whoa. Yeah. Alright, I will get this all belled up and meet you guys hopefully when it's done. Well, I remember why I've switched to big squares and rarely ever do these round bales. It's very, very slow. It's awesome. But man, is it slow having to stop and roll it out the back. A nice twin chamber round baler would probably work us out better. So yeah, I think this will probably be the first and last time we use a round baler on this field. So time is money. Man, we're wasting a lot of money. It's a good thing we got plenty of it. But I will keep churning away at these, and I will see you in about 20 hours. Nah, that's exaggeration, but this will take a while. And we ran out of bale twine, so I'm just gonna bring a trailer load over here, get it filled back up, and get this baler back to work. We're probably about 3/4 of the way done, so we're just about there. Alright, we have finished the baling of our big old hay field, and we ended up with a total of 97 bales. That is 95 180 centimeter bales. Yeah, I forgot to set it right on the get-go, but we do have 225 centimeter bales. So, still a pretty good hay harvest, in my opinion. 97 bales, that's a lot. That's a lot. Our cows are going to be happy. That'll probably last our cows the rest of the year without any more cutting. So, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, I have got to go get hooked up to the collecting trailer and get all of these bales picked up. I don't know if they're all gonna fit in our storage. Hopefully. We might have to work something else out. We got some very dirty equipment that is needing cleaned. And we got an oat field that is just about ready for harvest. I believe tomorrow in game it should be. I think we can get our hay, and I would also like to get that oat harvest in this video too if there is time. But for now, I'm gonna go around and pick all these bales up with this handy dandy loading trailer. Makes quick and easy work of it. I believe it'll hold 24 bales. So yeah, well, I fill this thing up not quite 4 times, but it will do an awesome job. Look at it go. I'll get these picked up and I'll catch y'all later. Alright, we got all the bales collected, all put away except for this one, or this load here. So the hay's done. Now it's just time to wait on the oats to get ready. Having a little bit of trouble there, are we? Well, I made a mess of things. Alright, we'll just shove these in there, hopefully. Come on. Got a big tractor. Might as well use it. There goes one. So our oats should be about ready. So I think I will fast forward a little bit of time, and we'll get ready for that harvest. But I do have to pick up a harvester and a grain cart for sure. I'll do that, and I will meet y'all in August. Yeah, sounds good. Alright, now that the hay's done, who is ready to harvest some oats? We gotta get them horses fed. First, I gotta show you some new toys I got while you were away. First things first, we got a header storage system right out here. Couple brand new headers. Yeah, let's see what we got to use it. Had to go green again. Got the S790 Also picked up this big old grain cart. That'll be handy. Got the tracks on there. It'll look good behind the 9RX. That's enough talking. Let's fire this new machine up. Let's go get our header. First, I have to drop this header down. Let's see. Alright, it's number 2. Lower rack. Yeah, we got us a grain header. We also got us a corn header for when the corn's done. Might as well go ahead and get it now. Let's get hooked up here. Go for our first harvest of the series. Well, first grain harvest, I should say. Go ahead and get this puppy unfolded. Oh, yeah. Now, it's not the biggest hopper that I could get, but I liked it how it would fold up because hold on, let me do, I think I want to do 2 headlands. Yeah, 2 headlands, but I wasn't sure if we'd have headroom for a taller topper, I guess. Yeah, topper. So we went with the folding topper on this one. Go ahead and drop it down, turn it on. I'm not lined up, and get the GPS going. Yeah, the straw swath is turned on. We definitely want to collect that. Now we've got a round baler we just used in the last, well, I think it'll be the same episode. We just used a round baler. Love making round bales. Whenever you just kick back and take your time. We're trying to be fast to get some of this content out. I think we'll skip baling this, and I mean, we got plenty of money. We'll probably pick up a forge wagon. Yeah, forge wagon. Collect all this straw. Now, I really don't need much straw. We're not collecting manure from the horses. They ain't going through the straw very fast, so I may get a few bales off of it, and then we'll just pick up the rest of it. Figure out something to do with it. Now that I'm thinking about that, it'd be easier to store bales. We do have a bale storage place. We'll figure that out when we're done. But for now, we're going to get these oats gathered up. Some horses are hungry. I'm tired of buying them food. Let's get self-sufficient. Start making that money go up instead of down. Also, I think I'm going to store this entire harvest here, and that'll be enough to last the horses for a long time. Years worth of oats. So that means we can pick out something else for this field. Not sure yet. We got our corn, should be ready October, I believe. So it's coming up. Haven't decided what we're going to do with the corn yet, but I'd really like to look into some productions. I mean, we have the money. We might as well try to make as much as we can here on the Billionaire farm, right? So we'll probably look at some kind of production for that corn. And then see what other kind of crops we want to throw in this field next. I'm getting way ahead of myself because I have got a long way to go. And there's going to be a ton of carting. This is going to make a massive harvest, I do believe. we made it about halfway through the field before we had to dump. And I am coming to the realization that we need a larger auger on this combine. So we do have the workshop over there. So we'll probably get all this offloaded. We'll take it back around, finish this first headland, dump it again, and then I'm gonna put a longer auger on this thing for sure. But man, look at that setup. That is a good looking setup right there, in my opinion. Tell me what you think. Put in the comments. Is that not just beautiful? Okay, not beautiful, but it is some cool crap, huh? Yeah. And there we go. Just gonna leave this. Well, let's shut it off. I'm gonna leave this parked right here. Hop back up in here. And get back to it. And I will catch you later. Alright, we made it around with our first headland. We filled this back up to 70%. I am going to go ahead and dump this in the silo. And we're going to head over to the workshop. Put a longer pipe on this thing. And then get right back to it. Alright, I think that should be close enough. Trigger our workshop. And it definitely is. Let's customize. So we're going to do that. Come on. I want to get rid of the license plate. Not sure why it's even on there. Alright, let's customize. Now we can get right back to work. Let's see if this bigger pipe helps us any. I'm going to say it'll make a world of difference. Oh, so much easier. I'm going to finish this last headland. What, about halfway around maybe? Then I'm going to hire one of our workers on this. Throw one of our workers on it. And then I will probably be pretty busy running back and forth with the grain cart. Yeah, man, just look at that setup. They say you can't hide money. I believe they are correct. Alright, second headland's done. Since we're right here by the silos, we might as well just throw it in here. Leave the grain cart back around there, because that'll be about where it gets full again. And I believe that will be a full grain cart. Time to dump it. So yeah, get this tossed in here, and time to go get this hired up on a worker. There's some cool stuff in this game. There really is. I'll never be able to afford a setup like this or anywhere near it, but hey, sure can play with it on this, huh? Alright, the oat field is done. Well, I was gonna pull right in here and do a nice little offloading, but I left the tarp on, so that did not go near as cool as I thought it would. But there we go, the very last of the oats going into the silo. As soon as this is done, we will look and see. So our total harvest brought in 139,041 liters. Now that would be a great payday, except this is going to the horses. Going to the horses, because they it's always saves. We have been feeding them out of pocket. They don't eat too much. Looks like I can fit probably another 20 to 22,000 liters over at the horse barn. The rest we will keep in this silo. And with that, I believe we will conclude. Oh, whoa. I've got to get this straw up. But I really do think that's going to be the last of this episode. It's got to be long. We cut the hay fields, got it all tedded and baled up, and we cut this massive oat field. Not too bad for a couple days work, especially from the old billionaire here. So yeah, folks, hope you have a wonderful day. If you like what you see, please hit subscribe. Let's try to get us some followers going, subscribers, whatever you want to call it. Because I would like to continue making some of this, or sharing some of this content. I'm going to play this game whether or not I make the videos. But if you seem to enjoy it, subscribe, and I'll keep making them, putting them out there. If you got any ideas you'd like to see, I mean, we've got plenty of money. We can always add a lot more to it. But if you got any ideas you want to see, let me know in the comments. And with that, I'm going to stop talking. Thanks for watching.